Most of my mornings go off without a hitch, but not this morning. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it, and then I realized I didn't smell coffee when I was coming down the stairs. Did you ever have those moments you could blame somebody else, but you have nobody to blame but yourself? Let's try this again, shall we? That's better. All I need to do is close the lid and turn the machine on to brew, and I give myself a thumbs up. Oh, but no. Willow knows I actually shut it off versus turning it on. Let's do this again. Finally, music to my ears. The sound of coffee brewing and the scent of coffee is now filling the air. My day is going to start a little slower than what it usually does, but that's okay. I'm going to just take a little peek at one of the last peonies I have left. I did take the others out of the fridge and dry storage. They don't look too good, but I'm going to try it. And I have a little piece of basil there. I'm going to turn the lights on now. I've woken up enough just to do so. I love lights, so I usually do turn them on when I first come downstairs, but this morning it was a little bit slow. And Willow is still just waiting for me to get my coffee so we can go outside. While I'm waiting, I thought I would show you this cute little basket. I may have mentioned it before. I found it at a thrift store. I got it to collect herbs, but it has been more useful to bring bug spray outside and clippers, gloves, and I put my phone in there. I had a pair of garden gloves on the counter from last night, so I threw those in the basket. And this product from Off is something that I'm trying. It's DEET-free, which I really wanted to give it a go. I've tried some natural products. They don't work as well in the woods, so hopefully this will. So far, so good. This will be my third morning using it. So I'm going to grab my coffee, I'm going to put on my boots, and head outside. So I totally spilled a lot of my coffee while shutting the door and had to go back inside and pour more. But now I can begin my day. Welcome to my home and lifestyle channel, where I hope to inspire you to find your own version of fine living for yourself or your home, no matter how simple or grand that may be, no matter where you live. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing some things I'm getting done around the house. We're going to go on a walking garden tour in 2 different areas of New Hampshire, and then I'm going to show you a few more things that I'm getting done for projects here in the home. I hope you enjoy. The plan for the day is to get a lot of projects done around the house, and I was heading out to cut some roses, but true to nature, I got distracted and decided to bring a lot of wood stakes that I've had sitting here back down to the garden area, and I'm going to do this as what my father calls the lazy man's load, and he always said I was the best at it because, let's be honest, I'm lazy and I didn't want to come back up a second time. Alright, so now I can head back down to the garden and cut some roses, but I'm going to take just a second for a little moment of gratitude. Well, trimming the overgrown roses turned into a last-minute future craft project. I will be saving the petals for potpourri in the future. Now, I would normally just be deadheading the roses, but for some reason they took off crazy this year, so they were actually blocking the path to the drying shed. And when I went into the shed, I actually found one of my dirt sifters, and I figured, why not just put the rose petals in there? I could hang them, I could just leave them as is, but I wanted a little quiet, stolen moment before the heat of the summer showed up for the day. I even had a bowl of cold water to put some of the rose cuttings in to bring inside. The rose bush has been tamed, and I just have a little bit more to go. And I should mention, these don't have any scent. It's a shame, but when I add an essential oil, I'll probably do something different other than rose anyways. This is just one day in the drying shed. It's not going to take long for these to dry at all. It's another morning, and I am out washing the side porch railing. I'm just going to give it a quick spray of water, and then I'd use just a little bit of Dawn dishwashing detergent on my brush just to get into those nooks and crannies. And then when it's done, I give it just a super quick drying, just because on these hot, humid days, you just don't want the mildew to come back. Now it's time to mow the courtyard. I love my push mower for small areas. Ben will usually do this with the gas mower, but you know what? There's times that I like to do this, and I actually do this also for exercise, not just to make the area look good, but if I'm not getting to the gym or if I'm not going to a walk, this is what I like to do. Do you ever feel like you're being followed? Well, I usually am. Willow is getting her walking exercise too, and actually she wants me to play ball. And if you keep watching, she's smart. She actually drops her ball in front of us so that we have to stop what we're doing. Now for the leaf blower. I need help putting this on and taking it off, and it's usually a chore Ben does, but once again, I am doing this for exercise. Remind me to keep Ben away from the camera. I'm going to give my son a shout out. Both of my children are entrepreneurs with other jobs, but my son is starting a clothing line, and this happens to be one of his t-shirts Ben is wearing. The morning chores that I wanted to get done for the day are complete, and we're going to head off now and take a walk, and I'm going to take you with me. Thought I would take you along today on a walk. Ben, Willow, and Emma and I are out at Monson Village, which is no longer a village. It's up in New Hampshire. I'm going to put a link below to where this is so you can walk the trails like we are. But today I'm going to show you wildflowers that I found. Whenever we go on self-guided home tours and garden tours, I do let my mind wander about what I can do at my own home, no matter how small it might be or how grand it might be. I take bits and pieces of all of my travels around New England and add them to my home. Like this little path going through the garden, I need stones just like this for where Willow's electric fence wire goes underneath a walkway that we keep cutting when we edge it, and I know I can lift that stone size easily. I'd like to know what garden isn't full of magic. Now, if I listened to myself and live in the moment, I would most likely be turning our whole backyard into a garden area like this. But then when I do think about that we will be moving, I would so much rather put the time and effort into that next home. And I know that is not thinking properly because I'm not going to enjoy it until I have it, and I'd rather enjoy it now. But what would you do? I'm just asking, what your opinions would be if you could do a whole garden in your backyard, but then you'd have to leave it behind or just wait. We're just enjoying the little cool breeze here under the pergola, and Ben actually noticed that the wisteria is lifting the pergola up out of the ground, which is pretty amazing. If you have wisteria, you do know that it can crush and move and do a lot of damage, but boy, is it beautiful. I'm gonna walk down here, see if there's a path. If not, I'm just gonna make the loop, and I'll meet you out front.
Up the road there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, just give me a while and enjoy this breeze. This garden bed is a jumble of peony plants that have passed, roses, ferns. It's just a great combination and it keeps the weeds at bay. I have been to these gardens before, but I've never explored and didn't realize that there was actually a path that would take us up to the house and to some other little secret gardens and then out to the front of the street. So I'm glad that I took a little walk on my own and found this area. And this area is giving me so many ideas of what to do in shade areas of a yard. Being able to walk around and explore is such a treat. I just feel like I'm in my own little world right now, and it really is a magical garden.
I hope you enjoyed that video, and we're going to head home now and have a Sunday lunch.
I did add one more chore for the day. I washed down and scrubbed the exterior of the grill and the cover, and then we enjoyed some peppers, onions, mushrooms, and some chicken on skewers. Well, here we are, another day of the week, and I have some more chores to do. First being is we have some bird baths that the storms have blown in debris and the heat has dried up the water, and I want to make sure there's water for the birds. So I'm going to take Willow's personal path that she has created through my gardens, and I'm going to fill up this bird bath, and then we'll do the one out back. Now off to the backyard, and this bird bath is not only dirty, empty, it's crooked, and I need to fix that stat. And I probably could have used a smaller brush, but I just had a broom close by. Alright, it is now straight. Time to fill it with water, and I'm going to get the hose out. And usually I can't water a thing, or Ben can't water a thing, without Willow attacking the stream of water. Those of you who own dogs, you probably know what we mean if yours does it too. So I expect her to be here momentarily. It's been in the high 90s today, so we definitely had some playtime with water. Now let's head out front. I'm going to show you some projects that I'm working on right now today and some projects that I have to work on. So I have weeding to do, and I showed you the stones in the garden at that past tour. I'm going to put them right here because there is a wire there that goes underneath for Willow's electric fence, and we keep cutting it. I have been painting the fence a little at a time. Now I have to do some caulking around the finials here, and you're going to see the difference that one I just showed you was painted. This one here at the end still needs some love. It needs to be painted, and I also have to caulk this one a little bit more and make sure that it's watertight. I needed to do weeding here in front of the fence before I put up the red, white, and blue bunting for the 4th of July, and I'm being watched. Willow had to go in for a timeout because Mama needed a timeout. She is almost OCD when it comes to playing with her ball, and I just couldn't do it anymore. If I'm digging a hole, she's dropping her ball in a hole. If I have a basket, she's putting her ball in the basket. She'll put it in a wheelbarrow. I had to tell her to go take her ball and to go somewhere else, but yet she's still going to put it with my tools, and I end up having to get it and throw it, and I was just a little burnt out from playing ball. Here they are. The bunting is finally up. This is the 3rd 4th of July we've been here. I love using this bunting. I'm going to put a link below for this particular line that I like to order from. But I finally fixed the flag that was stuck up there, and the house is ready for the 4th. So let's head inside the house for a moment, and I'm going to show you one of the home decorating projects that is moving forward. Now, for those of you who are subscribed and do watch my channel often, you might remember when I pushed this refrigerator in here to show the contractor my thoughts, and then I put some wood on there just to visualize. Well, our contractor, our carpenter did show up, and he built the shelves to spec for me. Now, our floors are crooked, so I'm going to be putting some levels underneath the refrigerator. I'm going to lift it up a little bit too, I think, because I did want it a little bit closer, but it is exactly what I envisioned. I'm going to put all that wiring in a basket. I'm going to be doing some caulking here in the creases. I'm going to be filling holes, sanding, and then I can get to decorating. Those wires are going to be hidden by something I have in mind. Pictures will go up, and I'm looking for an old-fashioned black phone to put into this space. And now for the breakfast room wallpaper update. I told you I found it. It was going to take 10 weeks to get here because they had to custom print it for me. Well, it came in earlier. One little problem is, if you see the piece there, the background color isn't as white as I was hoping for, and I started to think of what would Linda do, and then I'm like, oh crap, I am Linda. So I called the company, coming to find out that the background color can't be changed because that's actually from the roll of wallpaper, that the dye lot is what they got. So I decided to go forward with the order. I approved it, and it's going to be shipped out soon, and I'll be able to hang it very soon. It's hard to believe that another week has gone by since we've chatted, but I think for now it is time for me to focus on next week's projects around the home. And I also want to let you know I have some craft projects that I'm going to be working on to share with you. We're going to do some more town tours, some more house tours, you name it. But right now, Willow's a little tired. I'm going to go tuck her into bed, and we will see you next week. Bye now.